Then I also like to layer it with fake strings to give it some more fullness and sweeten it up a little bit.
It's easy to see and hear Anthony Johnson's passion for music. He's always creating here in his apartment or in a recording studio at Berklee College of Music.
Whenever I'm in one of these rooms, it's filled with musicians because I'm conducting a student ensemble.
He can distinguish every chord, every instrument.
That was really nice.
He's been in love with music for as long as he can remember.
I was always very musical, not just listening to music, but performing music. I was a singer, a lot of musical theater, and so I've always been connected to music in some way.
A scholarship to Berklee was a dream come true. Then sophomore year.
I started experiencing some really bad tinnitus, like a super high-pitched ringing, like a sine wave, like a dee, it's non-stop.
He saw a specialist at Tufts Medical Center. An MRI revealed the unthinkable, a rare benign tumor known as an acoustic neuroma in his right ear. Worse, in initial surgery to remove the tumor found it was so wrapped around the nerve that controls facial muscles that removing it all would cause more than hearing damage. The team opted to wait and hope the tumor didn't grow. But Anthony's symptoms started to get worse.
So I had random hearing loss episodes where my hearing would completely go from my right ear. It was only going to get worse, and there was going to be a time where my hearing would go and it wouldn't come back.
Tufts neurologist Dr. Catherine Noonan and neurosurgeon Dr. Carl Heilman had been with Anthony from the start. They knew just how devastating this would be.
He is just this brilliant musician, and so this hearing is his life and his livelihood and his passion.
Noonan and Heilman consulted colleagues across the country. Every answer was the same.
He's going to lose his hearing, and that's that, and there's not much you can do.
That was an answer they refused to accept.
Our reaction was that we were never going to give up when there's a possibility that we could save his hearing.
After an honest conversation with Anthony and his family, the doctors went in a second time from behind his ear, hoping to defy the odds.
From this angle, we could find a nice plane or a nice edge to work and gradually roll the tumor off, both the facial nerve and the hearing nerve.
Anthony remembers the moment he knew the gamble had paid off.
I was coming out of anesthesia, so I couldn't talk. I just remember like hearing like just the ambient noise of the room, the HVAC system, and people talking. I could hear something on wheels. At one point, I was wheeled into a hallway, and my grandmother was there or something, and I started crying. I used up all the energy I had. It's like, I can hear.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good.
How's the ear?
It's working.
Back at Tufts last month, the best news Anthony or the team could imagine.
Did you see your hearing test yet?
Yeah, I did. It's
perfect.
yeah.
Anthony's hearing as good as it was before any of this started. His dreams of composing music for movies now back on the fast track.
There's nothing holding me back now, or no fear of something just ruining my career or holding me back for the rest of my life. Now it's a possibility to live out my dream. I just want the chance to be able to live out that possibility.
Yeah, Anthony is now going into his senior year at Berklee, and he's applied to USC to study film scoring. By the way, he scored 6 student films while all of this was happening. He said if he had a limited amount of time to live his dream, he was going to make the most of it. Now, sky's the limit.